Arsenal opened talks to sign £39 million star as a possible replacement for Kiwior. Meanwhile, Europe goes wild over what the Gunners' target has just done. And there's more. Arteta confirms a twist as £21 million star could renew his contract at any moment. Another big day for Arsenal, and if you carry this club in your heart like we do, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because every victory, every signing, every heartbreak, we live it all together. Let's jump into today's news. By all accounts, new Arsenal sporting director Andrea Berta will be incredibly busy during his first summer at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal are aiming to attack the transfer market in recognition of their need to upgrade and revamp their squad in several areas. And whilst the recruitment of a striker and possibly a central midfielder is seen as most crucial, Berta will also need to address the left side of Arsenal's defense. Kieran Tierney is rejoining Celtic, Jakub Kiwior wants to leave Arsenal, and Oleksandr Zinchenko's future in North London is far from certain as well. Therefore, the Gunners are in the market for a new left-sided defender. And whilst Arsenal are interested in Jorel Hato at Ajax, there's now a new name on the list too. Arsenal begin talks to sign Jarek Gasiorowski from Valencia. According to Football Transfers, Arsenal have now begun talks to sign Jarek Gasiorowski at Valencia. Gasiorowski is 20 years old and has started to forge first-team opportunities in La Liga this season, playing in 14 games. And according to the report mentioned, Arsenal are now ready to step up their interest in the young center-back. The Gunners have started discussions with Gasiorowski's camp, who would presumably arrive in North London as something of a project player. The Spain U19 international hasn't played too often since Valencia appointed former West Bromwich Albion manager Carlos Corberán in December, and whilst Arsenal's interest hasn't been deterred, Gasiorowski would clearly need some time before he was ready to step into Kiwior's role at the Emirates, a defender who has stepped up massively of late. As stated, Kiwior is keen to leave Arsenal after recognizing that he's unlikely to get chances ahead of Gabriel Magalhaes when he is fit, and perhaps someone like Gasiorowski would be better suited to the role. It was previously reported by AS in Spain that Gasiorowski has a €45 million release clause inserted in his contract. However, the feeling is that Valencia would accept less for their young prospect, a player who's also appeared on Real Madrid's radar. Gasiorowski is predominantly a left center back, but can also operate as a fullback, explaining why he could be such an attractive profile for Arsenal. Kiwior has been praised from angles recently, a defender who is clearly extremely well equipped to provide backup to Gabriel. However, with Gasiorowski clearly at an earlier stage of his career, he might be better suited to the role of Gabriel's understudy long term, a young talent who could learn from the excellent examples around him at the Emirates. Best striker in Europe. Portugal's media are stunned at what Arsenal transfer target Victor Gyökeres just did as Sporting Boss issues bold claim. Arsenal transfer target Victor Gyökeres' incredible season continued on Sunday night. The Swedish number 9 scored 4 times for Sporting as they beat Boavista 5-0, bringing his tally for the campaign to 52 goals in all competitions. The Lisbon side sit top of the Primeira Liga with 3 matches remaining, although they're level on points with chasing Benfica, and the two sides still have to play each other. Arsenal Insider revealed last week that Gyökeres is Arsenal's most likely striker signing, and the likes of Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta certainly would have been impressed with the player's latest exploits. Portugal's media have raved about Gyökeres in the past, and they were stunned by what they saw him produce against Boavista. The 26-year-old scored a hat-trick inside the opening 50 minutes, before adding a 4th in stoppage time, with all 4 goals coming from relatively close range. Now on 38 goals in 30 league games for Sporting this season, Gyökeres' output has well and truly exploded this term. Awarding the Sweden international with a 9 out of 10 and the Man of the Match award for his performance, Abola wrote, "Let's try not to use any adjectives, which will most likely be a first. He scored goals 49, 50, 51, and 52, and by 1 point, he now leads the race for the Golden Boot, 57 to Salah's 56, Liverpool, although he has scored 38 goals to the Egyptians' only 28. He scored his second poker goal for Sporting after having scored the first in November against Estrela da Amadora. In the first goal, the ball came off Maxi's left foot and guided by a remote control, reached Gyökeres' left foot. The rest was the usual story, deflection and goal. Less than 6 minutes had passed. Shortly after, 12 minutes, the ball came off Maxi's left foot again and once again went to Gyökeres, this time in the air, and boom, an almost perfect bicycle kick from the Swede. To be perfect, the ball would have to go into Boavista's goal, but Vaxlik stopped it without much effort, and as it would be written in the Bible, Gyökeres rested in the 15th minute, and he returned in the 33rd minute, once again receiving a pass with his left foot, this time from Trincão to head the ball wide. Finally, in the first half stoppage time, Trincão found Gyökeres a little on the left. A typical move from the Swede. He ran, faced his opponent, in this case Abascal, passed to the right, shot, and scored. Nothing to do. And at the start of the second half, in the 50th minute, a goal with his second best fingerprint, running away on the right and shooting at Vaslik's goal, with a shot between the Boavista goalkeeper's legs. Then he entered another, let's say, strange period with 2 missed goals completely alone against Vaslik, 57 minutes and 72 minutes. Finally, at 90 plus 2 minutes, he received the ball from the very supportive Harder and closed the gap for the final 5-0, putting the poker in his pocket. Taking 10 shots and accumulating 2.7 expected goals, Gyökeres found himself in dangerous positions excellently throughout the match. It's clear to see why Berta is a huge admirer of Gyökeres, with his immense physicality and movement inside the penalty area clearly elite attributes he possesses. Speaking after the Boavista match, sporting manager Rui Borges described Gyökeres as the best striker in Europe. Since he's been feeling 100% physically, he's been giving an incredible response, he said. There are no adjectives for him. He's the best striker in Europe. There are no words to describe what he gives to the team and what the team gives to him. He's given a lot to the team, and the team knows that. More than the goals, I like to feel him connected to his behavior, both offensively and defensively. While in the first half, he tried to cancel out Boavista's exit or Boavista's connection. It's very important for me to feel him connected at all times during the game. The massive change Thomas Partey has made to prompt Arsenal contract U-turn. Thomas Partey's fitness is believed to be a huge turning point for the midfielder, who is facing a possible stay with a new contract at Arsenal. Arsenal insider understands. It comes as uncertainty continues to surround the Ghanaian international and whether he will be at the Emirates Stadium next season. Thomas Partey is out of contract in the summer and is one of 3 facing a possible exit, with Jorginho and Kieran Tierney also free agents in a few months. While it seemed as though a move away for all 3 was on the cards, there has been a slight twist in the tale. Arsenal are in talks with Parte over a possible contract extension, though there are plenty of suitors also looking at a deal. Thomas Partey's fitness is key to Arsenal contract U-turn amid talks over new deal. With Thomas Partey now facing the possibility of a stay at Arsenal, the question arises as to what has changed. The midfielder, Arsenal insider understands, has changed opinion on an extension thanks to his change in fitness. In previous seasons, Partey has missed spells in the side through injury concerns, but has been a reliable option most weeks for Mikel Arteta this season. While Arsenal have never questioned his ability and attitude to the cause, availability has been a huge part of an ever-growing fixture schedule. With such a massive change, Partey could now stay and is open to talks with the Arsenal hierarchy, which includes new sporting director Andrea Berta. Arsenal insider understands that the 31-year-old is still holding talks elsewhere, with Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and clubs in the Saudi Pro League showing interest. It remains to be seen whether Partey will be able to land on an agreement with Arsenal before the end of the season, or if he opts for a move elsewhere. And that wraps up today's biggest Arsenal news. If you enjoyed the update and want to stay on top of everything happening with the Gunners, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Come on, Arsenal!